So, you want to talk about performance anxiety in sports. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Hey there, and welcome to Sailing Stone Performance Podcast. I am your host, Derek Hutchins. And today we're going to be looking at performance anxiety, right? Or also what I like to call PTSD in athletics. So, when we think about performance anxiety, I like to partner it with PTSD because performance anxiety often comes from a bad experience that you had, right? And now you're scared to have that same performance this time around. Okay. Plain and simple, that's PTSD, right? Oftentimes I've seen it with athletes, students, myself, when we have an experience through a younger phase of our, athletic career, and then we start to create this pattern for ourselves that all of a sudden now this is what happens very often when we perform, because we had this one experience, we created trauma, it created trauma around it. We kind of took this in and we didn't deal with it, right? If you're anything like me and how I grew up, and I think this is very common for a lot of people, and this is what I want to start getting away from. This is why I'm growing this podcast. This is why I'm doing these, and it's because I think I wasn't given the tools, right? I'll just flat out say it. I wasn't given the tools to really know how to deal with that trauma. And it started creating a lot of performance anxieties within that for, patterns for years and years and years, right? Until you finally decide, fuck this shit, and you break the pattern, you break the cycle, you decide not to let it affect you anymore, okay? Now, what can we do even in the moment, right? And right after it's happening, what can we do to stop it from happening further, happening again, stop it from actually creating the trauma that then we have the anxiety around, right? Let me tell you a little story about one of my students, okay? And we were digging into some other stuff, and an athletic performance came up from childhood for him. And what happened was that he noticed in his life, the reoccurring pattern was that he is afraid to take the shot, right? He was afraid to take the shot because one time he fucking missed when he was, 5 years old on the basketball team. He missed and he never wanted to miss again. So instead of taking the shot, instead of learning how to, just push through and make it, he learned to pass, right? Which is great. You need to know when to shoot it, when to pass it, right? That's part of being number one on the team. It's part of being the champion, is having that instinct. But it's different when it's an instinct that you feel and you do it by instinct, right? You're not thinking about it. You pass it because fuck it, that's what felt right in the moment. You're in the zone, right? And there's a difference between, oh shit, I'm really scared to take the shot, I better pass it. Okay, there's a huge difference between those two things. And the latter is because you have performance anxiety. You have PTSD from missing that shot because you didn't forgive yourself for missing that shot. And now it's continuing to cause you to miss the shots or not even take the shots, right? That's why we use dynamic tapping to go back and look at these scenarios, look at the situations that started fucking us up, giving us those anxieties, and then we release them. We tap them, we forgive ourselves, and then we can start to see, oh yeah, well, this pattern happens here and here and here, right? And now we can make the decision, I'm no longer going to be that second fiddle, right? I'm no longer going to be second place. I'm no longer going to have to pass the ball because I know when to shoot. I'm confident that I can make the shot, right? Michael Jordan, how many shots, right? I don't know the exact statistic. Could look that up for you. So Michael Jordan, right? He's got all these amazing stats, right? So much phenomenal things and stats that he's done, the records that he's broken. and what he tells you the number of shots he's missed, right? Which is this astronomical number too. And that's what we have to think about is one, he thinks about the shots he misses because he wants to get better, right? So he uses that not as something that is scared for him to make him no longer want to shoot, but there's something to make him want to shoot better, right? So he's taking something that is a negative and can be seen as something that could give you performance anxiety by, well, you know what, I missed so many shots. I'm just not going to take any more shots because I don't want to miss. Well, fuck that shit. I don't care if I miss. I'm going to make how many more, right? He's made so many shots that it doesn't matter how many he's missed. People remember how many shots he took and won the game, right? How many game-winning last second shots that he's taken and won the championship, okay? This is the mentality that you need to have to overcome that performance anxiety. You start forgiving yourself. You know what? Even though I missed that shot, even though I started learning that it was more comfortable for me to pass the ball than to fail. Even though I made that decision when I was 5 years old, I'm no longer going to think that way. I don't think that anymore, right? Oh, there it is. I just switched my mind. I don't think that way anymore. Now I see it as an opportunity to get better, right? That's me taking responsibility for the pattern that I created, right? I created that pattern because I chose not to pass or not to shoot the ball anymore because I felt like an idiot. I felt like I let the team down, whatever those feelings are, right? We all have them. Whatever those feelings are, let them go. They don't serve us. Those no longer serve me for who I'm going to be in the future. That no longer served me for being number one on the team. That no longer serves me for being a fucking champion, right? Where it does serve me is that, you know what? All right, I missed that shot. It felt fucking terrible. So I'm going to go into the gym tomorrow. I'm going to shoot 30 shots from that same spot, right? 100 shots from the same spot, 1,000 shots from that same spot. And I'm going to shoot it until I can make 20 in a row, right? So challenge yourself. Use it to get excited about how you can become better. Don't use it to clam up, to shut down, to, close off, and to decide, never to do it again, right? That's not going to serve you moving forward, right? So let's get you over that PTSD if that's something that you struggle with, because you have to also understand that, well, fuck, when I was 5 years old, I made this decision. How do I actually now shift it, right? So I'm so tired of all this fucking bullshit and all these people talking about things to do, right? Like, oh, well, you just got to think this and you got to think that. Well, how the fuck do I do that? So that's what I want to do with this podcast, right? So welcome. I know I'm I'm vulgar, I'm into it, but I get really, really passionate about this. And I'm just dedicated to give you the true value and give you the tools that actually can fucking help instead of just talking about it all the time, right? So these are tools so I talk about tools, right? A lot of different tools, but my main focus is dynamic tapping, right? It started off as EFT tapping, and essentially it is just, reconnecting the synapses in our body, helping if our body is like a big circuit board. Anytime we have these traumas, these PTSDs, fears, limitations, right? Performance anxiety, the scared mentality of moving forward, we've got like a misconnect, right? One of the little transformers is unplugged, right? EFT plugs all the circuits back in and helps you just, realign everything and run really, really smoothly, right? It doesn't take away the experiences, but it helps you shift your mentality to using that experience to grow from, right? And that's what's valuable. It's so, so valuable. Just by winning all the time, you don't learn anything, right? You learn from the losses. But you need to take those and use them as fuel to grow, right? Oh, okay, this happened. Now, how can I use this to get better? Don't use it to clamp down. Don't hold up your value into that loss, right? This is what true champions do: is they have a loss or they have where they've messed up. They analyze it, just so that they can get better from it. They don't hold on to it as their self-worth, that they're worthless now, that they fucked up, that, things aren't, let it go. We see it. Oh shit. All right. This is what happened, right? It's a fact of what happened. It's not our mind's perception. And then we can analyze it. We can let it go. Okay. So let's do a quick rundown just on maybe your PTSD, for your performance anxiety, just in general. So if you're just listening, we have the karate chop, right? So I say take your dominant hand on your non-dominant hand, and you'll just kind of the flat spot. If you were to do a karate chop, right? That's where you would connect with the karate chop, like chopping the wood. That's where we're going to start our tapping. So tap with your dominant hand on the karate chop part of your non-dominant hand. Okay. We're just going to tap here and we're going to think about the cycle that we're in, the PTSD, the trauma that we had. Okay. And this is how we're going to release it. So we're going to start here and we're going to go through a little chant about 3 times. Okay. So even though I have performance anxiety, because I missed that shot, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I've been scared to take the shot because I felt so awful when I failed, I deeply and profoundly love and trust myself. Even though I took the shot and I missed, and so I decided I was never going to shoot the shot again, I deeply and profoundly release that pressure. And I love and trust myself. Now we're going to move up to the eyebrow press. Okay. So right above the nose on the eyebrow, I'm just going to continue, right? So we go from there. I'm just going to say it again. I have performance anxiety. And then I'm going to move over to the other side of the eyebrow, kind of by the temple. I just chose not to take the shot. I'm going to move underneath the eye now, still all on the orbital bone. I never took the shot again after that. I'm going to move underneath the nose and above the lip. I have performance anxiety because I missed a shot. I'm going to move now again. And I'm just taking 2 fingers, tapping. Now I'm underneath my lip, above my chin. I have performance anxiety because I took the shot and I missed. And then I just chose to never take the shot again. Onto the collarbone now. I just never took the shot again. Underneath the armpit. I just never took the shot. Now we're going to go onto your non-dominant hand, inside of the thumbnail bed facing you. I'm never going to take the shot again. I'm too scared. I'm never going to take the shot again. I'm too scared. Now we're on the middle finger. I'm never going to take the shot again because I'm too scared. Onto the pinky finger. I'm just too scared. I'm never going to take that shot again. Top of the head. Take a nice deep breath. Now we can let it go. Now we get excited about moving forward and learning from those mistakes. Now I don't have to have that PTSD from that experience anymore. I can use it to continue moving forward, to be better, to do great. So that's what I got for you guys today. Nice work. Love it. So tune in, share this with your friends. All the cool things podcasters and YouTubers say, right? Like, follow, subscribe. I don't know. Just if you find value, reach out, let me know. If you have questions on things, if there's something that I can dig in specifically for you, that's what I want to do. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.